Imagine a freezing midnight in New York, December 11, 1978. At JFK Airport, 6 masked men stormed the Lufthansa cargo terminal. In just 64 minutes, without firing a shot, they stole over $5 million in cash and jewels. The heist became legendary, but also cursed. One by one, the robbers vanished, executed by their own Mafia bosses. To this day, the money has never been found. The Lufthansa heist remains America's greatest criminal mystery. As news of the audacious crime spread, detectives in long trench coats gathered around the crime scene, examining evidence and discussing the infamous heist. The headlines screamed of the shocking theft, capturing the public's fascination and fear surrounding the robbery. Behind the scenes, a Mafia boss sat in a dimly lit room, flanked by his loyal enforcers, discussing the repercussions of the heist with an air of menace. Meanwhile, a solitary figure stood on a New York rooftop at dawn, gazing out over the city, a haunting reminder of lost opportunities and the looming danger faced by those who had betrayed their own. At 3 a.m., a van rolled into the Lufthansa terminal. The masked robbers stormed out, guns in hand, but steady nerves. Every second mattered. In just 64 minutes, they tied up the guards, cut the cameras, and wheeled out crates holding $5 million in cash and $1 million in jewels. Imagine it, a one-night haul worth $24 million today. No shots, no alarms, only the piercing silence of precision. The world wouldn't realize the magnitude until dawn broke. As the first rays of sunlight pierced the darkness, the world remained blissfully unaware of the heist that had just unfolded. In the quiet aftermath, the carefully orchestrated plan seemed flawless, leaving investigators baffled and the city stunned. The masked robbers vanished into the night, taking with them secrets that would remain hidden for years to come. As cars filled the streets and coffee shops opened their doors, life continued undisturbed, unaware of the storm brewing behind closed doors. Meanwhile, authorities assembled at the scene, piecing together the clues left behind, determined to track down the elusive robbers who had pulled off an audacious heist under the cloak of night. Morning headlines exploded: the biggest heist in American history. The FBI scrambled the press, hailed the Lufthansa heist as sheer criminal genius. Yet behind the scenes, Jimmy Burke smirked, knowing trouble was brewing. The Lucchese family never shared easily. The fortune that should have made them rich instead turned toxic. Suspicion grew into paranoia, and paranoia always ends in blood. As the days passed, the Lucchese family felt the weight of their decisions. Each member eyed the other with suspicion, fearing that the next betrayal could mean their end. Trust was eroding, and with it the fragile bonds of brotherhood began to fray. In the shadows, conversations grew more frantic. The stolen money was buried amidst layers of deceit, and alliances began to shift. As detectives closed in on the truth, the Lucchese family realized that their empire was teetering on the brink. With every passing hour, the pressure mounted. The FBI's investigation intensified, and whispers of informants echoed through the streets. Members of the Lucchese family faced an agonizing truth: betrayal could come from within, and the streets they once ruled were now rife with danger. One by one, the robbers vanished. Parnell Stacks Edwards was found dead in his car. Tommy DeSimone, the ruthless enforcer, disappeared without a trace. Even Henry Hill, who would later spill everything, lived in fear. The loot never surfaced. Everyone who touched it seemed cursed. Bodies were found, but the treasure was not. Paranoia crept into what was once a tight-knit crew. Henry Hill found himself looking over his shoulder at every turn, unable to escape the unease that followed him like a dark cloud. Rumors swirled about the missing treasure, each whisper tinged with dread and superstition. Bodies piled up, leaving scars on the community and deepening the fear of the unknown. As suspicion grew, the remaining members of the crew felt the weight of their choices. Meetings became tense plans, discussed in whispers, always looking for signs of betrayal among them. The warehouse, once a haven for their operations, now stood as a silent reminder of their downfall, its walls echoing the laughter that had long since faded. The FBI doubled down, but the Mafia was always a step ahead. Evidence was thin, witnesses silent, until Henry Hill turned informant. His testimony blew the case wide open and inspired the legendary film Goodfellas. Yet the greatest question remained: where was the Lufthansa money rumors swirled, hidden in Mafia vaults, buried in fields, but no proof ever surfaced? Whispers of hidden treasures echoed through the streets as curious minds speculated about the fate of the stolen cash. In hushed conversations, rumors flourished, suggesting that the money was stashed away in forgotten places. Meanwhile, the Mafia members convened in secret, their determination palpable as they plotted their next move to protect their empire. As media outlets exploded with news of Henry Hill's revelations, tension gripped the underworld. The once invincible Mafia felt the pressure mounting, realizing their empire was beginning to crumble. Paranoia set in as they questioned who could be trusted in their ranks, aware that one small slip could lead to their undoing. 4 decades later, the Lufthansa Heist remains a scar on America's criminal history. The players are dead or imprisoned, yet the mystery breathes on millions, vanishing into thin air. Every mention of JFK Airport revives the shadow of that night. It's no longer just about the money, it's about the curse of a crime too perfect to survive. The heist was executed with a precision that left law enforcement baffled for years. The meticulous planning involved in that operation turned everyday people into legends, overshadowed by the allure of wealth. Yet as time has passed, whispers of the unsolved mystery linger on, haunting those who remember. As investigators retraced the steps of the elusive suspect, secrets began to surface, revealing a tangled web of betrayal and greed. The aftermath left more questions than answers, as families were torn apart and friendships shattered in pursuit of a fortune that could never be claimed. In the years that followed, the remnants of loyalty crumbled under the weight of suspicion and greed. Some turned against each other to save themselves, leaving behind a legacy plagued by regret. The whispers of that night continue to echo as those involved grapple with the scars of their past. And here lies the epic twist. To this day, the money has never been found. Not in a bank, not in a vault, not buried underground. It's as if the earth swallowed it whole. The Lufthansa heist isn't just a robbery. It's a dark fable of greed, betrayal, and blood money's curse. A mystery that still grips us, making us wonder, will the secret ever surface? As whispers of the heist echo through the streets, rumors flourish about who may have kept the treasure hidden. Each story adds a layer of intrigue, casting suspicion on those who were involved, while others speculate on the dark forces that may have conspired to keep the money buried. In the dim corners of bars, tales spin of betrayal and greed, where old associates share drinks and secrets, their eyes gleaming with the thrill of the hunt. Those who once dreamt of a new life now live in the shadows, haunted by their past decisions as they search for a way to reclaim their lost fortune. Years later, investigators still sift through evidence, while dark tales emerge about hidden alliances and betrayals that only deepen the mystery. The mansion stands as a silent witness, its walls holding the whispers of a crime that has eluded justice, leaving a chilling reminder of the secrets buried within.